What prompted this note?
Well, I think what prompted it was, frankly, the day that Amazon announced HQ2. That really got me thinking a little bit of, could there be some other reasons why they're making this somewhat unusual move? And as I started digging into this topic, it just made more and more sense to me. And I think the reason for writing the note now is as people start to think more and more about HQ2, as this announcement's going to be made in the next 1, 2, 3 months here, is maybe think about some of the bigger picture reasons why the company is considering doing this. And one of the reasons may be looking to split up the retail and the AWS businesses. And as I went through and thought about the pros and the cons of this, the pros just outweighed the cons. In our note today, we lay out 8 different reasons why they should consider doing it and 5 reasons why maybe it doesn't make sense. But I do think it's something that investors should start to consider. And another, consideration, one of the 8 considerations here is thinking about the management team and the management structure and Bezos's ultimate succession, especially in a period this year when we've heard Bezos talk a lot more about his activities outside of Amazon. So that's just one of 8 reasons, and kind of the main reason why I think now is a good time to be thinking about this.
If the sell-off today is related, at least in part, to your note, what do you make of that?
Well, I think it would be the wrong market reaction. I think that to the extent that this were to happen, it would be, I think, a very positive move for Amazon. A lot of the reasons that I put out are not necessarily related to the valuation or generating a lot of incremental shareholder value. It's things like better aligning the incentives for stock comp, right? If you're an employee of the retail business, but 1 year the stock is down a lot because of disappointments at AWS, which is in fact what happened in 2014 when Amazon stock was down 22% that year. You're not really aligning the interest well. So most of the reasons that I point out in the note are, I would say, positive for the stock, but the stock valuation part of it is not a big component.
I suppose the most obvious next question is, what are the chances? Right? You've put a lot of thought into this. You've written up a note. You think Bezos entertains these kinds of ideas? What are the chances that something like this happens?
I think he has to entertain these kinds of ideas. And I think AWS probably surprised even Bezos of how successful it has been. It now represents more than half of the company's market cap, at least half of the company's free cash flow, and it's just a wildly different business than the retail business. I think that this development, has to have, that development was unexpected, and you have to be thinking about these things. I think also that Bezos is thinking about the long-term future, is that he thinks long-term. And one of the benefits of splitting these companies up, I think, would very much help once he's not active CEO of the company anymore, allowing some of the people that are running these companies day to day, like Andy Jassy, the CEO of AWS, to really establish himself and make sure that the culture and DNA that Bezos has instilled at Amazon is able to live on even without him. And this would be an important step of helping ensure that that's the case.